Alright, Mopar people, welcome back to the channel. I'm JustMoparJoe. Today will be our final day on the, what I'm calling the disassembly of the 360, which is actually a 408. So, I've got some different clips here I'm going to show you of what Joe and I did to this engine, and how we kind of figured out it doesn't actually need to be pulled apart. We checked it out. So we wanted to check the cylinder bore size on all of these cylinders, kind of compare them to be sure our, when it was bored and honed originally, that it was what you would call in spec. So they were all, none of them were out of round, and none of them had very much taper at all. I went ahead and got this, I got a dial bore gauge for my birthday. Also got a nice set of micrometers. So we were able to check this thing out. We ended up we pulled one piston out, knocked it out. You ready to clean your rag? Finish? Got the bolts?
Got them. Whole scheme of things, pretty nice.
Show my camera. Nice. Catch it. Ready?
Yep.
Alright, can you show the camera? This is a, look at the, there we go, IC 745 30 with a dish. Bearing look okay?
It should.
That's the race coating, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fine.
To have like that dark gray on?
Yeah, it's absolutely fine.
Okay. Excellent. Okay. So we're going to check
That's
our...
yours.
Check.
Verify that number right there. Just to make sure that, okay, it is still what it is, okay?
Well, if I stick it in, it should be, this will be back on zero.
Should be. That's what you're trying to do.
On the money.
Okay. Yes, you verified it. Okay, so no problems. Okay.
Shut her down.
Now look at this again and read it one more time and see if you're still at the same place, 4.0327.
Well, I can't check this without...
Doesn't matter. All you got to do is pick up and read it.
Oh, I got you. So 25 plus 5 6, 7, and then which one lines up is the 6.
That's fine. I'm good with that.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So now, about even with this, even with your pin bore, okay, the center of your pin bore, okay, what do you have? Now open it up and bring it to it.
How's that?
And I'll go back and forth when you should be able to go forward towards me and it gets loose, go backwards towards you and it gets loose. If you got it cocked at all, okay, it's gonna...
Knocked it out, measured the piston itself, and then found the tech sheet online for these Icon forged pistons. I'll show it to you here. Okay.
What do you got?
So 25 and 5.
It's 30.
So, well, no, 25. We're not to a full one yet. So this is 4025. And what did I say? And a 5. like that. Double check.
4.025. We call it 5.
That's what I got.
4.0255. Okay, so now subtract the 2.
There's a 2. We'll do that and make that a 2. Make that a 12. 5 to 12, 7.
Oh.
So we're at 7 thousandths.
7 thousandths. Okay, and what was recommended was 3.5 to 4.5. Okay, and you could get bigger than that. Okay, by going to like nitrous or something else. Okay, that would put more heat in there, or like a supercharger that would put more heat in there and expand it more.
Ring gap. Looking a little fat.
There you go. Don't drop it.
Got it? They make special, there we go. I've seen the aluminum deals that do that. Bom, bom, bom. Ooh, that's pretty tight. Maybe these were filed to fit and I filed them.
4 times 4, so you should be at least 18 thousandths, okay?
Alright, here's a 25.
It won't go.
Nope. Twenty thousandths.
Back at 25?
24. 24 thousandths.
Okay. In the whole scheme of things, not bad. Okay. I think it's supposed to be, what, 4 or 4.5 thousandths per inch?
Mm-hmm.
I think 4 thousandths per inch. So 4 times 4 is 16. And then you got a third, or not even a third, 0.30. So it's going to be, probably ideal is going to be 17 or 18.
The amount of piston rock that I had and that side-to-side play with the piston, that's because we have a little bit over 7 thousandths of piston to wall clearance. That's actually on the high side. This engine was running. I never heard any kind of piston slap or anything like that. I think they prefer 4.5 thousandths or 5 thousandths for a street engine or a street strip engine, kind of what this actually is. But she's plenty loose, so we're gonna keep running it as is. We got the bearings checked out. Pulled the center thrust bearing. We also checked the crankshaft in play, see if it had moved any. Looked at the mains, looked at the rod bearings. It does have the race bearings in this engine, so we're going to leave those alone. We checked the on that rod that we actually had pulled out. I could set my dial bore. I can show you that. My dial bore gauge showed we had a little over 2.5 thousandths clearance on that bearing, which is nice. Checked the journal size, checked the journal taper. All that's good. This, like I said, this engine didn't have any issues before it was taken apart, but I wanted to that's just some quick checks that I'd like to do. I want to show you some stuff on this cam. I'm about to pull the front off this engine, and I'll get back with you here in just a second. But some of the lifter stuff I wanted to show you, and just disassembling the front end. So y'all. Alright, so went ahead and dropped these two lifters back into their home. and I wanted to show you. I didn't lube them, I didn't do anything. They were as they were. All I did was set them out of the, pull them out of the engine, put them in the box. So I want to show you this one. Take my thumb and see how easy it rotates. It's nice. All of them were like that. So if I put my finger on the inside here, this one, keep it moving a little. It rotates just the same. So those being able to rotate, and see when you drop it in how it goes. I'll find that pretty spot. There it goes. This one just falls right on into its home. That's nice. That will help more than anything in an engine, keeping your lifters from rounding off and messing up camshaft, etc. Sorry, it's so shaky here. So that's a good looking lifter. It's broken in nicely. Wonderful. Here's my problem child here. See that very center? That's no good. I don't know if some trash got on that. I don't know if it I have no idea, but you know, and in the wrong circumstances, that's going to end up eating up that lobe of the cam. There we are. Yeah. Say it shouldn't be that difficult to get off there. I can leave that for now. Okay. Those lifters, boom and boom. And as the camshaft rolls, they're up and down, up and down, up and down. But remember, this one was my problem. See it again. And if you look at that lobe, it even has some scarring right in the very center of it, right there. So keep your eye on that one as it rotates around. Not sure what caused that. But man, that cam spins so nice and freely. I'm going to get it pulled out in just a second, look at the cam bearings, kind of examine those. And basically after that, I can start putting this dude back together. I think I want to get the heads put back on it before I totally clean up the outside. I am going to change color on this block. It'll be orange. Since it's going in my older Barracuda. I believe the factory color would have been red, but an orange engine looks better to me. It looks more, orange is more high performance, I would say. And if I was to totally do this over, I would go ahead and deburr that there. My buddy Rodney Bird will tell you that. I did that on the 413, opens it up nicely and allows the oil to drain back down better, cleaner, prevents cracks, all that sort of stuff. But let me go ahead and pop that front plate off here. Here we can take a look at our plate. See, this one's showing a little bit of wear there and there. It's not terrible. Usually if I can't catch my fingernail on it, I would call that still good. And I just screwed me a bolt onto here so that I would have a bit of a handle. Easy in, easy out. And I don't want to mess my bearings up because I'm going to try to reuse them, obviously. Alright, so cam bearings all, in my mind, look really good. They've got a little bit of staining at the bottom, and the harder I wipe that, the more of it comes off. It's just like a, almost like a bluing, like the blue of a gun barrel. There's no copper showing at all. I know a lot of cam bearings don't even have copper in them, they're just aluminum bearings. I looked over them really well. There's no nicks, there's no chips. I can't imagine right now why these are not failing at all. They do have some wear, obviously, like the rest of the engine, but at this point I don't think it's worth changing them. I've got my new cam here. I went ahead and wiped off all the journals just with brake cleaner and a clean rag. I was going to slide it in and see just how it feels in there. Is it tough? Is it tight? Anything like that would make me think if there's a clearance issue, should I get my cam looked at? Should I get these bearings knocked out and replaced? So let's try it. There we are. Yeah, it's smooth as butter, in and out, in and out. I'll have to get me a new keyway for it, but it's not a big deal. I wouldn't be scared of that. Very low friction. That's got to save some horsepower, but well, there it is. I think I'll go ahead and quit here for the day. I was glad I got that new stuff for my birthday. That was awesome. I think my engine building is going to go up tenfold from what it has been. I'm going to, when I use that stuff, I'll show it to you for future builds, and I'll have to rely less on a machine shop to tell me this is good, bad, or ugly. So anyway, I'm JustMoparJoe, and I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all come back next time, we'll start building this thing.